Hello and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have here another 10 pens currently inked this week. I think let's go through these briefly one by one. We'll go through them in a little bit more detail and then we'll do a writing sample. So from left to right we have the Majohn, and this is the P139. We have the Onoto, and this is the Charles Dickens Christmas Carol 2024 edition. We have a TWSBI Vac 700R. We have another TWSBI Vac 700R, both with very bright inks. We have a Majohn Titanium, and this is the TI-136. We have a Cypress, and this is the Raden Dragon. We have an Onoto, and this is the Flying Scotsman. We have a Cypress, and this is the Eggshell 01. We have a Cypress Eggshell 05A, and we have a Montblanc Writer's Edition Robert Louis Stevenson. So I think let's take a look at these pens inked up in a little bit more detail. So this is the Majohn, and this is the P139. You'll see it does say Moonman there, but Moonman is Majohn. They do go by both of those names. This is the, I want to call it a cracked ice white edition of the Majohn. It's not really cracked ice, so it's more of a sparkly white ice there. It has the old style sort of Montblanc clip there, the tie clip. I really do like that clip. That is a beautiful clip. And if I unscrew the cap here, you'll see that it is inked up. There is an ink window there, and you can see the ink sloshing around. And this has the number 8 size Majohn nib. I really do like these pens. They are really nice. I prefer the white version here instead of the orange version. These are piston filling pens. I can post the cap on these as well. I do wish that they maybe had, like the white I love, don't get me wrong, but the orange I wish they had done something similar with. It's a very plain orange, and they should have really done glitter or a cracked ice kind of effect. I think that really would have made it look nice. But this, I'm actually really pleased with this pen. I really do like that pen a lot. So I have that one inked up with me this week. Another pen inked up is this one, and it's the Onoto Charles Dickens Christmas Carol 2024 edition. And I love this pen. Lovely cranberry sort of colour there in the body. You've got chasing going on with chevrons there. You've got the chevrons also on the overlay silver cap there, but also you've got these beautiful leaves and berries that are hand painted or enamelled in there as well. This really is a lot of detail. Very, very glad I picked this one up, and I got this number 4 of 24 there, 24 made. I'm guessing there's normally 1 or 2 prototypes. I think Onoto typically do 2. I know on the 2022 edition they did. This has an Onoto number 7 size, 18 karat gold medium nib. I love it to death. It writes beautifully. I can post the cap if I want to, although it is extremely back weighted. It's not something you're going to want to do, but you can do if you so wish. So that's 2 pens there already in this pen tray that you can post the caps on. And here's another one that you can post a cap on. This is the TWSBI Vac 700R Iris. So the Iris edition is this rainbow coloured trim that you get here. You can see that rainbow colour there in the cap band as well. Vac 700R Taiwan. These are really, really good writing pens. They come with a TWSBI nib, which allegedly is a Yovo nib. These are vac filling pens. These are not piston filling pens, but you can post the caps on these as well. I started out my collection actually buying quite a few TWSBI Diamond 580s. And I like those pens, but I prefer the VAC 700R. So I have this one inked up with a very luminous orange ink there. And then I have another one inked up. And again, this is a TWSBI Vac 700R Iris. I think I have 5 of these. 5 or 6. I think it's 5. I think I was thinking about a 6, and I was like, Dave, you really do not need a 6th one. A 5 is enough. So yeah, this is again a really nice writing pen. I have a luminous green coloured ink in here. Again, a number 6 size Yovo TWSBI nib, and you can post the cap on this. These are really good cap posting pens. The TWSBI Diamond 580s as well, but also the VAC 700Rs. And I typically find that TWSBIs do not dry out. I can ink up a TWSBI Diamond 580 AL with a shimmer ink, and I can use it a year later, and it writes as soon as I open that cap. Quite amazing. I wish a lot could be said for a lot of other pens, where you could go maybe a few days and then open the cap and then you can't write. So they really do have good cap seals in these pens. The next pen here is a Majohn Titanium TI-136, and I still love this pen. It really is a stunning pen with this hammered texture to it. This couldn't be easy to make, and compared to a lot of the other like Majohns, this is probably 3 times the price of, say, this one, but I think it's worth it. Again, it's a piston filling pen. You've got an ink window, although I'd arguably say that it's difficult to see the ink in that one. And then you've got a nib, and this one came with a lemon nib. This was a little bit what you call a turned up nib, and you could kind of see that there. I didn't really like the approach to it, so I did grind it a little bit, and I made it kind of into an architect. At least it writes a little bit more architect. I can post the cap as well, and I keep saying that I kind of would like to get a second one of this, but equally, I know I'm just going to ink it up with another grey ink, and I'm then going to forget what grey ink I've got in there. So I could put another ink in there. I could put a red, or I could put a blue, but I don't need another one of these pens. They are beautiful. What I would really like is a Montblanc Martelet, but they are sort of $3,000 to $4,000 worth. So, and I'm not going to pay that amount of money. So, I'm kind of glad that I got the cheaper version. And I want to say I will probably never own a Montblanc Martelet, but I also know to say, don't say never, because never say never, because you probably will at some point. Something's going to come up somewhere and you're going to go, that's a really good deal. I need to buy that pen, and probably have it ending up in my collection. But I'm not going to pay like the 3,000 plus for a Montblanc Martelet. Yes, it probably is worth it. Yes, it's a gorgeous pen. But for now, the Majohn Titanium TI-136 is the pen for me. The next pen inked up, this is I want to say stunning. It's more astonishing pen. This is a Raden Maquet from Cypress. It's the Raden Dragon. So glad I bought this. This is a beautiful pen. They've got a number of different dragons, or have had a number of different dragons, but this was the one that actually spoke to me more, so I bought it. Could I buy, I think they had like 4 different patterns, or 5. Could I buy all 4 or 5? I probably could. Would it look good in my pen tray? Yes, it would. Or yes, they would. But I also don't need 4 or 5. So I've only got 1 of these, but I love it. And If I unscrew the cap there, you'll see it's got a number 6 size Cypress, and this is a 14 count gold nib. You can't post a cap on this one, so it's the first out of what, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 pens. The first out of 6 that you can't post the cap on, but it's a nice pen. It's a cartridge converter pen, so like the Onoto, which is a cartridge converter, this is piston. These two are pistons, and then these two are power vac fillers, and this is a cartridge converter. And then we've got this pen, which is the Onoto, and it's a Flying Scotsman, 1923. I think Onoto did some really good work with this pen. I absolutely love that cap band. The cap band is stunning. I think I could have probably done away with this clip and probably could have had a more traditional or conventional clip on here. But I think that's also what makes this pen unique as well. And also, like, it's got a unique cap finial there as well, and also blind cap finial. It is a nice pen. I like the size, the girth of this pen, and I have a added 7 gram brass weight into the body, which makes it feel just right in weight for me. This one has got an Onoto number 7 size broad steel nib. It's not a gold nib, and I can get a gold nib for it if I want to and swap it out, but I love how this broad nib writes, so I'm more than content in having this. I kind of feel that they missed the boat here. I kind of feel that this blind cap here could have had threads on, and you could have screwed that cap on. But they didn't do that, and to be honest, a lot of these pens, certainly the Onotos like this, these special types of pens, are not postable, and it is a long pen, so I can forgive Onoto for that. But it was just a little bit of a design aesthetic. I thought maybe they could have done that. Maybe that would have been good. But it's a lovely pen, and glad that I have that in my collection. So I'm writing with that again. I'm also writing with this one. It's a Cypress Eggshell 01. One of my favourite Cypress pens. Not only for this design, I want to call it minimal design. It's not, but compared to the next pen, it is very minimal in design. But it's got this crushed duck's eggs, the black, the Raden stripes, the abalone shell here. You've got black again, and then you've got the eggshell there. And you've got the eggshell on both of those end caps. And if I unscrew the cap, I've got a number 6 size Cypress 14 karat gold medium nib on this one. You can't post a cap. It is a cartridge converter, but I like it. I really do like it, and that has become one of my favourite Cypress pens. Likewise, the Raden Dragon as well. I think Cypress do make some really good pens. And then we've got this one, which all I can say is very busy in its design, in its look. But again, crushed duck's eggs, the abalone shell strips or stripes here. And you could almost sort of say that it's difficult to see where the cap and the body joins, because it just cuts through those abalone shells there, and it almost disappears. It really is quite interesting. Very sparkly section here, and this has got a number 6 size Cypress 14 karat gold medium nib. It's a cartridge converter, and again, being a flat top, I can't post the cap, but it's a decent size in my hand, so that really doesn't bother me, and I do think that that is a nice pen. And then the final pen inked up this week is the Montblanc Writer's Edition, Robert Louis Stevenson. Now, if you don't know, Robert Louis Stevenson wrote Treasure Island, which Treasure Island, you could probably understand, would have pirates or be pirate themed. And this has a skull and crossbones as the Montblanc star. Brilliant. That was really good for Montblanc to do that. You've got a telescope here as the piston knob. And you've got the compass here, and you've got the dates here, 1850 to 1894. You've also got Robert Louis Stevenson's signature there as well. Lots of X's, and then a big X to mark where the treasure is actually buried on the island. And then you have a number 6 size, Montblanc, 18 cat gold, medium nib there. Again, you can't post a cap, but I will forgive Montblanc on that, because I think that is a wonderful looking pen. So I think with that, let's now go and do a writing sample. So the first pen inked up is this one, and it is the Majohn, and this is the P139. So we'll do an ink swatch. And as I said, I'm really loving this pen. I'm loving this number 8 size or 9 size nib, the oversized nib. I'm loving the ink combination as well for this pen. So this is the Majohn, and it's the P139, and it's a medium, and it's a steel nib from Majohn. And then the ink in here is Sailor, Shikiori, and it's Fuyu Sugata. Or is it Fuji Sugata? I can't remember. I think it's Fuji Sugata, actually. But that is a beautiful combination, I think. That ink just writes really well in that pen. The next pen inked up is the Onoto Charles Dickens Christmas Carol 2024 edition. Really glad that I picked this up for Christmas last year. I think the ink pairing I still have in this is wonderful. So this is the Onoto, and it's the Christmas Carol 2024 in a medium, and it's an 18 cat gold nib. And the ink in here is Diamine Ho Ho Ho. And I think the name of that ink matches up nicely with the Christmas pen. I do keep thinking, should I go for a slightly darker red? Maybe KWZ B3 red, but I think that would be a little bit too dark. I could put Poppy Red in there, from Diamine, or Wild Strawberry. But I think Ho 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 is a good combination. The next pen inked up is a TWSBI Vac 700R Iris. So we'll do an ink swatch here. Now, this ink is very, very bright. So this is the TWSBI Vac 700R Iris. And it's a broad and it's a steel nib. And the ink in here is Octopus, and it's neon orange, which is definitely the right name for that ink. The next pen inked up is another TWSBI Vac 700R Iris. So we'll do the ink swatch here as well. And again, a very, very bright coloured ink. So this is the TWSBI Vac 700R Iris. I'll put an eye there because it's a little bit too close, and that's a broad, and that's a steel nib. And again, the ink in here is Octopus, but it's neon green. And I still wonder if I should get some of the other neon colours. I think they would go nice. Do I need to be writing with neon inks? No. So I haven't yet added those to my ink collection. The next pen inked up is the Majohn, and this is the Titanium TI-136. And this is the Martelet lookalike, and I am loving how this nib writes since I ground the nib. It was what they call a turned up nib, or sometimes what they call it is a blade nib. But this is the Majohn Titanium, and it's the TI-136, and it's really a medium steel nib. And the ink in here is Diamine Earl Grey, but that is I think a good combination. Yeah, it's a silver pen. I probably could have gone with a lighter grey, but I do think that's a good combination. The next pen inked up is the Cypress Raden Dragon, and with all of the abalone show in this pen, I probably could have inked it up with any colour of ink, but we'll do an ink swatch here. And you can see that this is quite a dark ink here. And this is the Cypress Raden Dragon in a medium, and it's a 14 karat gold nib. And then the ink in here is Diamine Graphite. But that is a nice coloured ink for sure. I think it matches more the darker grey there with the black on the pen. But I could have gone with any colour in that pen. The next pen inked up is the Onoto Flying Scotsman in green. I still would like the blue, and that may still be on my wish list, and maybe I will pick one up soon, maybe not. I don't know at this point, but there's an ink swatch, and then it's an Onoto Flying Scotsman, but this is a broad, and it's a steel nib, and honestly I want to say if I were to get another Flying Scotsman, I might just go for a broad nib, because I'm loving this nib as it stands. And then the ink in here is Diamine Meadow, which is a lovely green ink. The next pen inked up is the Cypress Eggshell 01. We'll do an ink swatch here, and again, this is just another nice writing nib. Now, I normally do find quite a bit of difference between the Cypress nibs, who are made by Camwright in India, and this one has a lot of feedback to it, but I like how it writes. So this is the Cypress Eggshell 01 in a medium, and it's a 14 karat gold nib. I said moored because I was thinking of broad, and then I went, it's a medium, but it's a moored. And then the ink in here is Pilot Iroshizuku Aji Sei, which is a very nice purple, or purplish blurple, I'd say, coloured ink. The next pen inked up is the Cypress Eggshell 05A. We'll do an ink swatch here. And this, I would say, is a lesser of a wet ink or writing nib. Probably the ink also contributes to a slightly more dry writing on this pen. This is the Cypress Eggshell 05A in a medium, 14 karat gold nib, but it's not a super dry writing nib by any stretch, but it's just drier than some of the other nibs. And then the ink in here is Rohrer and Klinger Verdura, which it is a nice colour. Again, being Raden, I probably could have added any ink to that pen, but I chose at the time to do green. And then the last pen inked up is the Montblanc Writer's Edition, and this is the Robert Louis Stevenson. So we'll do an ink swatch here. And again, a very nice sort of almost black, deep black ink. It's actually grey. And this is the Montblanc. And it's the Robert Louis Stevenson. And it's a medium, and it's an 18 karat gold nib. And the ink in here is KWZ graphite. So I think let's take a look at these pens inked up one more time. We have a Majohn P139 in a medium steel nib inked up with Sailor Shikiori Fuji Sugata. We have an Onoto Christmas Cow 2024 edition in a medium 18 karat gold nib inked up with Darmine Ho Ho Ho. We have a TWSBI Vac 700R Iris in a broad steel nib inked up with Octopus Neon Orange. We have a TWSBI Vac 700R Iris in a broad steel nib inked up with Octopus Neon Green. We have a Majohn Titanium TI-136 in a medium steel nib inked up with Darmine Earl Grey. We have a Cypress Raden Dragon in a medium 14 karat gold nib inked up with Darmine Graphite. We have an Onoto Flying Scotsman in a broad steel nib inked up with Darmine Meadow. We have a Cypress Eggshell 01 in a medium 14 karat gold nib inked up with Pilot Roshizuku Aji Sei. We have a Cypress Eggshell 05A in a medium 14 karat gold nib inked up with Roy and Klinger Verdura. And we have a Montblanc Robert Louis Stevenson in a medium 18 karat gold nib inked up with KWZ graphite. So there you have it. That's my current ink pens for this week. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.